And just like that, it's a brand new year. It's 2021, and this is still, and always will be, the world's greatest action sports podcast. This is the Monday M.A.S. I'm Chris Coté.
And I'm Todd Ritzers, and if you're just tuning in for the first time, because
First time ever?
First time ever.
Okay.
What the hell is this?
What is it? Well, this is a podcast where we do a rapid-fire conversation about the ins and outs, the news, the happenings, the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly of surfing, skating, snowboarding, and we also divert ourselves into some nerd news.
It's like
you're an expert at.
It's aggressive scrapbooking for the attention deficit. Can you hear the jackhammer across the street?
Nah.
Which is good. It just adds ambiance. We are a real show. We have no budget.
Yeah, and you know what? This show's different from other shows. There's a lot of great podcasts out there. We celebrate them all. But this show is weekly. It's topical. It's happening now. And we've got great guests more often than not. Mm-hmm. Sometimes our guests are just okay.
Now that we've set the table,
yeah,
let's get into it.
You want to just get into it?
Yeah, 2021.
All right.
Let's go.
All you need to know is that this is the world's greatest action sports podcast. And we are presented by... Or actually, before we get to those, let's talk about a little mini show preview.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We've got some superstars coming on. We've got the world's best freestyle roller skater.
Well, these are terms that I want cleared up.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Mikey Wright's Amazing Rescue, the Vans Triple Crown Digital Edition. We're talking about Kelly Slater's new surf resort. We're going to say happy birthday to Etnies, Elliot Sloan's Barrel Roll, Tony Hawk on Wheel of Fortune. Joey B, how you doing? Maybe.
And Shakira goes skateboarding.
A big Shakira segment. Kendall Jenner. We're kind of like the E-News
We're
Daily
the TMZ of action sports.
Tons of celebrity news. It's going to be awesome. And this podcast is presented by Beneath Apparel, BN3TH Apparel on Instagram. If you're not following them, I can hear a voice coming from your undercarriage, gentlemen, and it's saying,
no, that's the jackhammer.
Oh, I hear a voice coming from downstairs, fellas, and it's saying, hold me, caress me. I'm talking about a pocket that perfectly procures your jewels inside of it.
Right.
And it's the best pocket you'll ever find.
Cool.
The best underwear on the planet.
It is great.
Apparel.
Also, Hansen's Surfboards.
Yep.
Hansen Surfboards, they are local to us here in Encinitas, but you can go to hansensurfboards.com and get all your needs.
Yeah.
Snow, surf, skateboards, hula shirts, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Great selection. Men, women, and children, everybody in between. You can order stuff online on the Hansen Surfboards website. Use the code M.A.S.S10. You're going to get 10% off everything. K2 Snowboarding, as you can see behind me, This is fresh. It's barely out of the package. I got to get involved with this and these boots and do it up. K2 Snowboarding. Congratulations again to K2 rider Sage Kotzenberg on becoming the first ever Monday M.A.S. Snowboarder of the Year.
Of 2020.
Of 2020.
Right.
We're gonna give
a car away next year.
Yes.
But this year you get a leaflet.
Not even a pat on the back because we don't want to be touching people right now. Not yet. Soon. Pannikin Coffee and Tea. Pannikin Coffee and Tea right here. It's in there. Gets us going. Gets us jazzed up. They've been waking up San Diego since what? 1969. Ah, man, you're blowing my mind. Chemistry surfboards. I know Todd got involved with some chemistry surfboard riding. And a hoodie.
I got involved with a hoodie too.
Nice.
Chemistry surfboards. Get your board orders in if you want to have them by spring at this point because they are backed up.
Surfboards by surfers. Make sure your shaper or board designer knows how to surf like the guys at Chemistry. YouOnline.com. YouOnline, we've got some new merch on YouOnline, and that is a precursor to the new merch we will have here on the Monday M.A.S. Merch is hot right now.
Monday merch.
Monday merch. I like that. Mm-hmm. Hashtag Monday merch. New Greens.
New Greens.
Get involved with some New Greens.
Get involved. You hear that siren right there? That siren is an alert to tell you that your body is not as healthy as you think it is. You need to stuff some New Greens inside you. It's your best defense against this oncoming season of flus and everything else that can possibly affect you that goes on in this world.
Nanocraft CBD, morning, noon, and night. Nanocraft CBD is the athlete's choice. Athletes like myself and Todd, and then real athletes like Eli Olsen on the North Shore, he's jiu-jitsu champion, big wave surfer. The list goes on and on. Nanocraft has an incredible team, and they want you to get involved. Use the code MASSCBD20 for 20% off. Trust me. Trust us. You'll thank us later. Adventure.io. Adventures are popping. We're going to talk about Elliot Sloan coming up in skate news. If you want to go to Elliot Sloan's backyard for the ultimate session, you don't even have to skate. You just watch, and I tell you, it'll be just as fun. Use the code MASS10. You're going to get 10% off all adventures. Get the app, Adventure.io, now. And we want to welcome, for 2021, this is a brand new sponsor that's going to help us stay upright, stay strong. Bubs Naturals. Bubs Naturals is a collagen daily supplement. You got your Bubs Naturals collagen, your MCT oil. You put this all together. Just ask a guy like Danny Way if it works. He'll say yes. He's a daily user. Dusty Payne, actually, who we both know and love, he's been using Bubs collagen daily and feeling amazing. I've been using it for 30 days. No joke.
I've noticed your fingernails.
My fingernails are growing faster.
They look great.
Just more to eat. More to chew.
Wow.
My hair's actually growing faster.
Is it?
I think. Maybe I don't know. I'm a believer. Bubs Naturals, you can use the code MASS20. And now let's get to our show.
Okay, here we go.
This is the world's greatest action sports podcast. We're going to start with surf news brought to you by Hansen Surfboards. The biggest surf story on the planet right now. We're talking about CNN, BBC, NBC, probably OAN.
Maybe.
I don't know. ABC, FOX, around the world.
Did you call it FOX?
Reuters.
If we could just start calling it FOX, that would be amazing. Anyways.
I saw this story on FOX News, along with every other three-letter news thing. Our guy, Mikey Wright,
is a damn champion.
So describe for our viewers what Mikey Wright did to garner global news coverage.
So this is I think it's the day after New Year's.
Yep.
Big swell hitting the North Shore. Big, colossal swell.
Massive.
Mikey and his sister and a bunch of friends were sitting at their house on the North Shore, and they saw this girl get washed away by a big, big set. And she got washed on the beach. People were screaming. Mikey says, "Hold my beer," and sprints off like a wild man down the beach, mullet flowing in the wind like a ape drape hair cape, and he runs down the beach and gets in front of her, kind of anticipates what is happening with the surge on the shore, and is able to rescue her while his sister, Tyler Wright, is shouting out instructions like, "Oh, there's a big double up coming, like hold on to her, like blah, blah, blah." They get her out. Rescued hero.
Yeah.
Jesse Miley Dyer with the quote of the Instagram, "Not all heroes wear capes, or some of them have mullets," or something like that. What was the quote?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing, because the North Shore during the wintertime is patrolled by probably some of the most capable, brave lifeguards on the planet.
Yeah.
But that being said, the lifeguards
can't be everywhere.
9 to 5. You can't be everywhere. There's warnings all over the place about where to go and where not to go.
Yeah.
And right in front of where the Wrights were, I don't know if they're staying there, hanging out, but basically, like you said, there are not a lot of places on the world where you can literally be standing on the beach, and even if you're paying attention,
You just get smoked.
it's like a octopus coming out of the water and grabbing your ankle and pulling you in. That's what the water, I would assume, feels like in that situation. And if you're not prepared to do a little body surfing,
But it's not only that;
dangerous.
there's just like there's reef and there's
reef.
ugh. But Mikey saved this girl's life. He was on all these different news channels, and much to the chagrin of his many fans, Mikey is the underdog.
Yeah.
Well, not only is he an underdog, but he's like what would you call him? He's like
He's kind of like the people's champion,
right?
And he's he's got that Australian kind of good bloke.
He's like blue collar bogan, the hero of surfing.
Yeah, everybody loves him. Yeah. I mean, and to compete against him, I've heard he's fair, but he's not going to give it to you. He's not going to hassle you, but he's going to intimidate you, even if he's not trying to.
It's pretty awesome that he did that.
He's got one of the sickest grab rail carves in the entire game of surfing.
There
There's
we
no
go.
game to him.
Mikey Wright. Okay, I want to pose a Hawaiian would you rather. North Shore would you rather. Are you ready? Would you rather? And this is 2 scenarios.
Okay.
Okay, you have to pick one.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. You've just bought the party poo-poos and a case of beer at Foodland for the Sunset Barbecue.
Okay.
You're in a hurry, you're running late, and you get frustrated and lay on the horn because you're a clueless tourist.
Yep.
And you're behind a giant black lifted full-size 4x4 that's stopped in front of you.
Are there any stickers on this truck?
Oh yeah, there's lots of stickers. The Hui stickers, all kinds. Well, there's a wolf.
Defend
There's like a
Hawaii,
wolf.
pack.
Yeah. Okay. So, out hops a well-versed jiu-jitsu roller, shirtless, fully sleeved up, very large local, whom you do not know, with a look of angered intent.
What do his ears look like?
That's scenario A. Scenario B. Your girlfriend has dropped in on a well-known enforcer and has just talked mad shit, and now she's pointing at you.
That's my boyfriend on the beach.
Right. Which one? What would you rather?
Girlfriend on the beach. She's pointing at me. The guy comes up to me. I'm just gonna be like,
I don't even know.
yeah, I don't know her.
I don't even know this chick.
oh, I don't have a girlfriend anymore.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations.
I have a fiance.
Chris is getting married. And it's great because
This isn't surf news.
I told you that I only go to second weddings. So you qualify.
Thank you. And because you weren't invited to my first one.
True. I
So
barely
now
even
you're
knew you.
Officially invited. Congratulations to me.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, she's really the
Does
lucky
she know?
lady. She's the lucky lady.
She knows?
Yeah, she knows.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
She said yes.
All right, cool.
She actually, I asked her and she started cursing. In joyful cursing. And then she said yes.
All right, well, let's get on with
I
the
like
surf.
that's just big life news tucked right into surfing.
We don't have life news yet.
I would so that was my what would you rather answer. I would just
Anyway, what else is happening? Vans Triple Crown is
driving around for people who don't know, driving around the Foodland parking lot on the North Shore in winter, it's pretty
It's
scary.
so stressful.
And you can't really explain why, because if you're clueless and you're driving around, you wouldn't notice.
Yeah, you don't care.
But when you notice,
Oh my God. There's one way in, there's one way out.
yeah.
Do not drive fast and
Now
don't make eye contact.
So that would be a great place for us to record the Monday M.A.S.
God.
in the parking lot at Foodland. I'll talk to some people. We'll see what can happen.
How fast do you think you could get beat up in the parking lot at Foodland? Like,
It's within seconds.
you think so?
If you tried. Yeah.
Like how hard would you have to try?
I mean,
Like, would you
it
like?
depends on the person you're trying with, but you could get yourself choked out in the Foodland parking lot in, I don't know, a couple minutes if you're smart about it.
So great.
Yeah. There's not a lot of places in the world where you can still do that.
Our local supermarket, I don't think you could. Someone maybe would throw a Tiva at you.
You could drive your car into the supermarket.
Right,
And
and
some of you would say, put your mask on.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So there's some other news going on right now. Everybody's talking about the Vans Triple Crown Digital Edition. In my opinion, IMO, as the kids say.
Dude,
John's already won it.
Dude, that big, sweeping top turn.
So
Unreal.
basically, you got to get 2 waves at pipe/backdoor. 2 waves there, 2 waves Haleiwa, 2 waves Sunset. John's obviously got the pipe waves down, and now he's unbeatable, untouchable at Haleiwa. I mean, maybe Slater, Jack Robbo, the Colapinto brothers have been doing big things out there, but every one of them is already saying, okay, John's got Haleiwa.
Really? So really, they're
Pretty
already
much.
kind of calling it, huh? Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
they're kind of calling it there. So that's going to be now again, just like always. It comes down to Sunset Beach in more ways than one. Now these surfers are going to have to be out there, guys you don't see out there free surfing often, like Slater, like John, etc. Men and women, I should say.
Jeez.
They're going to be all vying now to get those 2 good waves at Sunset, which is a challenge for the filmers and for the surfers. So I'm loving what Vans is doing right now in that digital edition of the Vans Triple Crown. Surfing. More surf news. Like I said, I am now a Stab Premium member.
Good for you.
So I got to watch.
Waiting for those codes.
Stab Premium member. I'm just going full pop. I watched Jai Glinderman in a microdose. That's basically a, what do they call their board thing test? Psychedelic.
Oh, the electric acid surfboard test?
It's like that, but it's just a microdose. Jai Glinderman rips. Speaking of ripping, Are you ready to go to La Quinta, California with me, Todd?
As long as it's free.
You weren't invited. Neither was I. I'm talking about the soon-to-break ground $250 million wave pool and real estate development called the Kelly Slater Surf Resort. At the base of Coral Mountain in La Quinta, which is right by where Coachella is. Remember when you were with the glow sticks?
Right.
And you had the
Where you could
assless chaps
you
and
could
you
be
were
near.
dancing.
I think you're thinking of Burning Man.
Yep, that's what I wore to Coachella. And I saw, who did I see? Kanye West.
Okay.
It was so good. I was nude at the church one. That was my last good Coachella memory. 400 acres, 750 homes, an 18-hole golf course. Kelly
So
Slater
it's
Surf Resort.
a country club basically.
150 room luxury hotel, 600 private rooms.
It's like Bushwood but for surfers.
Yeah. So, of course, it's still in the planning phase. So let's hedge our bets.
Ground?
They broke wind
Okay.
in the desert.
They have broke wind at the Kelly Slater Surf Resort.
Yeah, but in more pressing news, the Palm Springs Surfing Club
Yes.
is they are.
They have broken ground.
Well,
They've
from
moved.
what we've heard,
They've moved Earth.
Yeah, from what we've heard, they're building, and the wave pool desert race is being won by Palm Springs Surfing Club, Shane Magnuson, Kalani Robb, and company, and it's official, Todd. 2021. If it's finished, we're going.
All right.
Yeah, putting that out there. That was surf news. You got any more surf news?
No, just wrapping up surf news.
Skate News is brought to you by Adventure.io. We're going to start Skate News off with something we've never done. We're going to talk to the world's foremost roller skater. She's in the room. She's ready to go.
Okay.
And this
I
is
have to
going to be
adjust.
fun right here.
I have to
You
adjust my
your
microphone.
microphone.
It's like I'm interviewing someone.
This is going to be awesome.
Okay.
And we're going full screen. There she is.
Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen. We
Hi.
want to welcome. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm good. So wait, you say your last name is Steilen? Steilen. I should have known because of the impeccable style. This is Todd Richards. I'm Chris Coté.
Hi. Hello.
This is an honor for us because you are by far our favorite freestyle roller skater. And is that even what it's called, or is it just roller skater? How do you identify this sport? What is it? You tell us, like as if we don't know anything.
That's what I call it. I actually, if I have to be official, I would say it's freestyle roller skating.
Hell yes.
Or just roller skating.
Okay.
It looks highly unstable. And I mean, I'm not a fan of surprise splits, personally. Do you ever get...
It's super stable. They're connected to your feet. You can't fall off of them.
Oh, so you can get right in there.
Do you vert roller skate too? Because I have an old friend that turned into a professional snowboarder, this guy Jimmy Scott, who was a professional vertical roller skater back in the day. You ever heard of this guy?
I don't know Jimmy Scott, but the old school vertical roller skaters, they used to skate a lot of pools and they do side stand skating, and they're like our grandfathers of the sport. Duke Rennie, Fred Blood, Brian Wainwright, and they're like the advisory board of roller skating, and
I love
we
it.
love those guys.
So Michelle, I've been a fan of yours. I think since I just randomly saw you on Instagram, and this is kind of years ago now, and I've watched you progress. I've watched you get just gnarlier and gnarlier at parks and in the street. For you, this has obviously become a pretty big deal. You're working with Bones bearings now and Bones wheels. And this is you're probably I would say the most famous of all roller skaters, right? I mean, this is a huge thing, correct?
Yeah, it's really big. It's Monday after the worst year ever, and I have 25 employees now. Our company has blown up during the pandemic. Everyone wanted to make bread, tie-dye, and roller skate last year. So we make our skates by hand in the USA in Red Wing, Minnesota, And during like the COVID closed down, like shutdown, we actually oversold like twice as many skates as we can manufacture in a year. So the manufacturer had to open up a second Made in USA factory in Arkansas, which is so radical. And yeah, it's a big deal. It's a lot of responsibility. I'm really busy, and I'm hoping that this show is enlightening because I need it today.
Oh, hey, are you bleeding right now?
Am I? Oh man! I myself as I was talking to you.
I thought you just slammed in a parking lot.
Well,
it's such a mess. It's a messy Monday.
I love it. And so you just dropped this video. Our friend Vern Laird from Bones Bearings sent it to me, highly acclaiming this video. So let's talk about putting in the work on this. I've seen the backflip and the big O, some incredible park roller skating. I'm actually seeing more roller skaters at my local parks, so it's definitely growing. But for you, tell us about what you went through filming this video. How long did it take? What was the goal of it? And are you stoked with the feedback you're getting now that it's out?
Yeah, I'm excited. I couldn't really ask for anything more from roller skating or Vern or Bones. We made a video about 6 years ago that was like just a fun project, like a street skating, roller skating video, and it went viral. And it really, like, I don't know, a lot of skateboarders told their friends about it, and a lot of friends took to roller skating. And yeah, last year's like production with COVID was crazy. We had intended on coming out with some other wheels with some other skaters, but the other wheel suppliers couldn't do it, and we'd always wanted to make I ride Bones wheels secretly, because, you know, Bones wasn't making a roller skate wheel for Moxie, or, you know, they only make their own wheels. But they have this other brand, RollerBones wheels, and their Bowl Bombers are like, you know, they're just the best skate park wheels. So we started last year, and Vern and I are both from Philly. I love working with Vern because he tells me, like, I mean, he's just like really straight up and honest, and tells me when things look bad, or if I'm putting my hand down, or if I'm brake checking, or, you know, it gives me all the, like, the real, truthful feedback that I don't always get from my friends. And it's just really fun working with him because he always pushes me, you know, pushes me as hard as like I'm willing to risk, which is sometimes all of it. And it was really fun. We tried to do it all in like the East Coast, but with timing and weather, and then we picked up a bunch of like skate park. This video was all skate park clips. So we did a lot of the, like, we went to the new Whittier Park, and we went to M.A.S.S, and we did the Long Beach O. My only big regret is that I didn't do the mega ramp. I went to LA.
Wait, what?
Wow.
That sounds so...
That's wild.
So gnarly. Like...
It's not, and I'm so I'm just bummed. I wish I could have done it for him.
Well, let's
the
do
wheels
it.
came out, and I didn't have time to, like, really work myself up to do it, so...
I think
maybe
that
one day.
that could be a standalone video project.
I hope so. I want to do it really, really bad.
May I recommend the Sunset Car Wash as well? Can I just throw that in there along with the Mega Ramp?
Yeah, I remember skating that once, I think even with Vern, but I think that was a few years ago. Like, that was when we were filming for the street part. But yeah, I should do something there.
Well, we
So
can't wait to see
insane.
that. We got your back on that one. Do you have your skates on right now?
I don't.
You're in shoes? This is the first time this is the first time I've ever seen Michelle just in shoes. No skates.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay. Well, you know what? You earned a day off of the skates with the part you put out. I'm checking it right now on YouTube. Michelle Steilen, RollerBones, already has 15,000 views. You're crushing it.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
crushing.
oh, that's great.
Yes. And after this show, you're going to have at least 15,001 views.
Yep.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Congratulations. It's so rad.
Yeah, thank you.
It is really rad.
Well, thank you so much for inspiring us to get out there and just be active, skate, and some of the spots that you're skating, we definitely have earmarked to go to. Can't wait to see what you do in 2021, and let us know when you do the mega ramp. We'll be there.
I will. Can I tell you, I don't know, did you see that skate park house that was up for sale last year?
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually
that was on our show.
You bought Trevor's house.
That's my house.
Oh my god.
I put a vert ramp and a mini ramp in the backyard.
Oh my gosh, we're on our way.
Opening it up for like
holy cow.
Airbnb skate experiences.
Wow.
So I wanted to tell you guys about that.
Oh, that's so insane. Yeah, give us the details. I've never been there. Trevor Jacob he's a real good friend of mine, and that house has seen some action. That's for sure. So yeah, describe this.
So Trevor Jacobs bought, I think it was a foreclosed home, and then he him and his friends put a concrete facade on the front of the house. So architecturally, it looks just like my dream home. And there's a hole cut out in the center where there's an oak tree that kind of splays over the whole house. It's really a beautiful, cool house. And then it's got these valleys all around it with running trails and hiking trails and horseback riding trails. And then on the top of one of these hills is a pump track that is so fun to skate. It's a concrete pump track with beautiful sunrise and sunset spots. And then you can skate the whole facade. There's a whole skate park in the front of the house, and then in the back we rebuild a deck so you can skate through the house and out the living room and drop into a vert ramp. And there's an 8-foot gap between the vert ramp. The vert ramp is the same exact size as the Vans one in HB, the ramp carnies. The
we're
ramp
there.
carnies live there for a month, and I think they're going to be doing an event in Paso Robles. That's where the house is. I think they're going to be doing an event this summer there. But ramp carnies built it. I love those guys. I love Brent and Travis and Chris. They spent the month of August there building the raddest backyard I could ever, of my wildest dreams, and now
of our dreams too, because
wow.
We're there.
Wow.
We are there. We're coming.
That's congratulations. That's insane.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much, Michelle Steilen. Where can we find your, give us the Moxie shout out.
My company's Moxie Roller Skates. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and all the social media platforms, YouTube, just by looking up Moxie Roller Skates. And I go by the alias Estrogen. My real name is Michelle Steilen. All of us roller skaters have many names.
So good.
Many aliases. We like to reinvent ourselves.
Awesome. Oh, I think
she's still there.
Sorry, I think my phone is just dying.
No worries. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. We're huge fans.
Thanks for having me, and good luck in 2020 fun.
Thank you. We'll see you on the mega ramp and at your house.
Wow.
We're following you around all year.
Dude.
Oh my gosh, she rules.
That's insane.
So this is actually pretty cool because, like I said, I have seen with my own eyes growth in specifically women's skate park roller skating.
Oh my god, my daughter's 100% done. My daughter and her really tight cousin, they both have Moxie roller skates.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. It's pretty rad. Yeah. She's just awesome too. And she rips. If you haven't watched that part, you'll see quickly why we are big fans of Estrogen.
Gnarly's gnarly. Yeah, period.
Exactly. So that was Estrogen, our first ever roller skater and the official roller skater of the year.
There you go.
That was one last Monday match.
Yeah, we just sneak that in. So moving from what she said, good transition here. Last week on the show, we had our whole thing, our
Monday M.A.S.S Awards.
Monday M.A.S.S Awards.
I can't believe you forgot what it's called already.
It's
new, it's fresh.
I'm completely blown away that Trevor Jacob sold his house and that it's been improved upon. Anyway, so the Monday M.A.S.S Awards for 2020, I went with Skater of the Year was Elliot Sloan.
Yep.
And because of all the stuff that he's been doing at his compound in Vista here. And then I alluded to this new trick that he was going to drop, and lo and behold, he dropped it. He went out to Woodward in Park City.
Okay.
Brandon Davis was out there with him.
Okay.
And he basically figured out how to do it's kind of like a sideways roll.
A barrel roll.
It's kind of a barrel roll, burl twirl.
I because when he posted it, He's kind of coming. It's almost like horizontal. He's not going up.
It's not a
over
front.
like
It's
you see
not
on
a
the
front
backflip.
flip. It's like a side flip.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I was having this conversation with him right after I heard from somebody else that he had some crazy new move that he was going to drop, and I was like, text him like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's this thing, and he showed me the jumping into the foam pit, and then he's trying to learn backside rodeos on a skateboard.
Okay.
And I kind of feel like this is a building block for him. I can't, like, this trick that he figured out, like, it's so crazy. It's so, like, on a skateboard, it just seems like it's so crazy. And like how it's really fascinating. If you go to YouTube or you go to Elliot Sloan's Instagram and you can get the link to the actual footage of this, it's really cool to watch him work it out.
Yeah.
It's just, he's a workhorse and he's willing to take a beating.
So you're saying he was a solid pick.
Solid pick,
for
yeah.
Monday
Hey,
M.A.S.
there you go.
Skater of the Year. Elliot Sloan still just,
Continuing
setting the skate world on fire with
Continuing
his
to
antics.
push the limits.
Continuing to push the limits is exactly what Tony Hawk has been doing for 50 plus years.
In a bunch of different ways.
And now he's getting involved with Wheel of Fortune. Not to be confused with 411's Wheels of Fortune.
Right.
Tony Hawk's actually on actual Wheel of Fortune. That'll be on Thursday, depending on when you
So
listen
crazy.
to this.
So crazy.
And actually, this is kind of fun.
What's
funny.
that? You actually
Pat
have...
Sajak kind of roasted him.
So, Tony has done everything. He's been a character on The Simpsons.
Yep.
He's got his own video game.
Yeah.
I wonder... here's the clip.
Tony Hawk is here. Thank you. I'm asking for a friend. Is there a seniors skateboarding kind of thing?
I'm about to start it. I'm 52, so.
And they're
Pat
playing
Sajak roasted
You
you.
Spin Me Right Round, Baby, Right Round
Yeah.
in the background.
I wonder what kind of words that they're going to throw at Tony Hawk or phrases. Like, do a kickflip? Would that be one of them?
What do you mean? Why would they throw...
I don't know.
Why would they throw that at him?
Because Pat Sajak, he's crazy.
But I feel like
this guy's
that...
wild.
I feel like that would be like a low ball. You
Maybe.
mean like puzzle for him to solve?
Yeah, that's what they call him on Vanna.
What?
Vanna White.
Was she on that?
She's on there.
Oh, okay. Still?
Yes.
God.
Where have you been, bro?
I haven't watched that show
Where
in
have
a
you
long
been?
time. I don't know. Is
I
there
haven't
whammies?
watched it.
Is that the one with whammies?
Nope.
Okay.
That's Press Your Luck.
All right.
Now you're dating yourself.
Okay.
So far,
$1.
the best. That's Price is Right, asshole. This is Wheel of Fortune.
Okay. All right.
Let them shine.
Okay.
They've been doing it for quite a while.
Speaking of shining, and this is probably the craziest thing that you dropped on me yesterday. Why don't you go ahead? I'm setting you up here.
Okay. Well.
There's Tony
Todd.
Hawk, and then there's... Go.
Yeah, baby, when you dance like that, you make the world go mad. Let me hear you about the size of my body. Name that tune.
Well, I know it's Shakira, because that's what we're dropping into right here.
It's called My Hips Don't Lie. And this song, and I didn't know about this song was written about skateboarding all those years ago.
What?
Shakira.
Are you kidding? Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
You just made that up.
But this leads to something. Now, we were just talking about Tony Hawk being so famous. This guy's one of the most famous skateboarders in the world. He's not famous compared to Shakira. Mm-hmm. Shakira is the most famous skateboarder in the world. Tell me, over the weekend, I sent Todd a video of Shakira.
I thought it was just to a Shakira song.
No. This is Shakira. Her hips don't lie.
Okay, so obviously you see this.
She pulled it up.
Shakira can actually do it. Like she's obviously like she's like a surf skater, you know?
Yeah.
She kind of pumps around, but I'm just saying like she has like a solid grasp on how to use corners and transitions.
She has, okay, so Shakira has 69.8 million followers on Instagram. And in the past month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of her videos out of about 12 are all skateboarding.
Pretty dope, dude.
Shakira rips at skating.
Yeah, and it's like I said, like it's not, she's like skating parks and pumping corners and seriously can do it.
She's on what looks to be like a
Kind of like surfy, carvy board.
Which I'm fine with.
Like I was having a conversation this morning with the Crux team manager.
The Alex White?
The Alex White.
Okay.
And Alex is like, I want her on Crux.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, why don't you just DM her? I don't know if that works.
I DM'd Shakira.
How many DMs a day do you think someone that has 68 million followers gets?
That's a good question.
That's like a solid million DMs.
But you know what? If she looks at her phone at the right time and she's in the right frame of mind and she gets this message, hi Shakira, it's Chris and Todd from the M.A.S.S, the world's greatest action sports pod.
You're doing it.
You know, we just had Jen on. She's
she could go to Jen's new house and session the house.
Straight from Colombia to Jen's house in Central California with us.
Oh, now we're going?
Fiancés and wives will be fine with us staying with Shakira for a weekend. Just skating, that's it. Nothing weird. I don't know why it has to be weird. We're all skateboarders here.
Yeah, it's always weird.
You, me, and Shakira.
Yep.
She's good at skating.
All right. That was skateboarding news.
That's the news right there. That's the skateboarding news.
Shakira.
Period.
Shakira rips.
Shakira rips. Tony Hawk's pretty good. Shakira rips.
Okay, there we go.
69.8 million followers.
Moving on to snowboard news brought to you by K2 Snowboarding.
I got one.
And Chris?
It hasn't touched snow yet. It will.
We've had, I've been trying to talk to some people. I tried to line up a guest.
I tried to line up a guest too.
Let me see if my guest will. Why don't you just talk about things right now? And I'm going to get this guest in here.
Okay, well, you know what? We ended skate news with some celebrity news. Let's start snow news with some celebrity news.
Yeah, this one is kind of a weird one.
This is again a surprising visual, surprising talent, I should say, from someone who's been accused of being talentless. Not by me. I speak very highly of this young woman.
Well, you got there's a talent there of grabbing eyeballs. Okay, my guy isn't.
Okay,
picking up the damn phone. But listen,
my next guest.
Let's go into this though and really drop.
My next guest.
But we're still
didn't answer again. We'll just talk about.
We're still talking about the Dior snowboard here.
Okay,
Kendall Jenner.
Yes.
Obviously.
You just dropped the name there. There's going to be a big reveal.
So Kendall Jenner was filmed snowboarding around. I don't know where she was. She's probably at some private resort, like the Yellowstone Club or something like that.
Is that a thing?
Yes, it's very much a thing. You have to have a membership to ride and go snowboard there.
And you have to.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Anyways, she was seen on the hill with a Christian Dior snowboard. $8,000 snowboard.
Oh, really?
Okay, now here's where it gets weird. There's only 4 or 5 snowboard manufacturers on the planet. Okay? It's all
oh my God.
It's almost all they're all made in these different factories. There's a bunch of different brands, but they're all pretty much made in these 5 factories.
So you're talking more about the snowboard than the actual snowboarder.
Right. No, I'm talking about the snowboard.
The board itself.
Yeah, because I'm wondering which one of my friends that works in the industry is manufacturing these Dior snowboards and slapping a 7,000 times markup on these things when they go out the door. The most expensive snowboard on the market today is probably maybe $800?
No, I mean if you think of a handmade powder surfboard, maybe
$1,200.
Yeah.
At the max. If you're paying more than $1,200, the thing better have diamonds in it.
I don't know why I get that you're fixated on
It
this
bums me
Dior
out.
snowboard.
It bums me out.
What about how good Kendall Jenner actually snowboards?
Look,
that's what was surprising. The board.
Chris, I hate to tell you can teach your grandmother how to snowboard in an afternoon.
I was actually reading
the fact
something
that
about
Kendall Jenner can go snowboarding, not a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Paying $8,000 for a snowboard or trying to advertise. I mean, she probably didn't pay for it.
She didn't tag the brand.
Someone gave it to her.
Dior.
For sure.
Christian.
For sure. Yeah,
Christian Dior.
Christian Dior.
Christian gave it to her.
Yeah. But, I mean,
You don't think you're not surprised at how good Kendall Jenner can snowboard?
No. Did you ever see that monkey that can skateboard? Look,
No.
I'm just telling you.
I think she's pretty good.
Have you ever seen Air Bud?
I've seen Air Bud.
Okay.
That was a good movie.
Look, you can teach people how to do things.
So, are you more impressed with Shakira snowboarding?
Shakira.
Like Shakira skateboarding or Kendall Jenner snowboarding?
Shakira.
Shakira. You said it like the song.
What do you mean?
You're like the new. What's the guy's name that Shakira rapped with? Wyclef. You're like the new Wyclef.
Okay.
Well, Kendall, who is a big fan of this show,
Obviously.
I think you're a great snowboarder. Todd hates the fact that you're riding an $8,000 board.
Oh, and
word
word just came in. She was in Aspen. It wasn't the Yellowstone comp, but it might as well be.
Well, 13.
Do you have security? Like
13 million people like what she's doing.
13? Oh, only 13?
She has 146 million followers.
Oh, okay, that's more than Shakira.
And she's taking a dump on a Christmas tree in one of her posts. Yeah. It's kind of funny too when you go to these celebrity, Instagram pages and you see who's liking the photos of people we know.
Who is it?
The one person that we know is liking is Chaz Ortiz.
Wow. Okay.
He's liking what Kendall's laying down here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's more.
Anyone else? Hey, how about the snowboard one? Who do we know? This is a great new game that we can play. Is who liked the post?
That's liking it.
Who do we got?
Well, I would
Anybody?
have to go through 13 million people.
I've got this.
2 Chainz liked it.
Oh, 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz liked it.
Yeah.
Jake Pates says, "Let's go."
Let's go.
Jake
All right.
Pates, we got you, bro.
There we go.
Let's go.
There are some crazy avalanche conditions right now in the backcountry.
Yes.
Whether you are in Utah or in Tahoe or wherever, Colorado.
Yeah.
There is an incredibly crappy snow layer there. And it's also in Canada. It was the beginning of the year where we had some snow, then it got warm, and there's this crap layer that can cause entire mountainsides to break off.
Yes.
So we were going to talk to Jeremy about it
Yeah.
and talk to him about what you can do in the backcountry. We'll save it for next week.
Okay. Yeah. And I think we had mentioned it before. If you go to Jeremy Jones' Instagram, there's some links to where you can help with avalanche reportage. In my dive into snowboarding news, I came across a phrase I'd never heard before.
What's that?
Heart attack snow.
Okay.
What is heart attack snow?
Well, heart attack snow is when the snow is very heavy. It has more to do with shoveling.
Okay.
Really. It's like if the snow is really heavy, they would say back east, this is heart attack snow, be careful out there. And it's just a lot of water content. You got to shovel your driveway. Next thing you know, you're face down on the asphalt.
Yeah.
Okay? Heart attack snow. Be careful out there with your shovel.
Yeah,
Chris.
it's from WCIA in Champaign, Illinois. Shoveling snow out of the driveway is a common chore, but for some, it can be risky, especially when the snow is both heavy and wet. Doctors say if you're uncareful, you could trigger a heart attack.
It's not how they talk in Illinois.
Where was I talking from?
Like some weird.
Texas.
Yeah. Burton. Are you familiar with Burton Snowboards?
And One World Live?
Okay, so Burton Snowboards is dropping a new video series / social media whiz bang with our man, Stan.
Yes.
And what they're going to do is he and Danny Davis are going to give you some behind the scenes, some cut footage from the movie. They're going to talk about it with all the Burton super riders, the Brock Crouches, the Red Gerards, the Kimi Fassanis.
Yep.
And so we have that to look forward to.
Heck yeah. Can't wait. All right, this is something new we're going to try here.
What's up?
Apparently we're on film. Maybe. We'll see.
Right.
We've promised that before. But now it's real. So I'm going to do a visual gag here, a visual segment, if you will.
All right.
This is something brand new we're working out. It's called beanie etiquette. And it's basically what does a beanie style say about the person?
You mean
the
like a
snowboarder? What type of snowboarder am I, judging by the type, the way I'm wearing my beanie? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, who am I? Describe my look, and who am I?
You are super baked.
Okay.
You are from Colorado.
Not right now, but Okay, sorry.
You're from Colorado.
Yep.
You've got your hat pulled over your goggles so that like it creates a kind of a visual impairment.
Yeah.
By choice.
By choice.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm a badass?
No.
No?
No.
Any style that I'm missing here? Like
See,
an obvious one?
The Jafari.
What's that?
The Jafari is when you open up the beanie and you kind of sag it off the back of your head because that's where you keep your dreads.
My dreads.
You only have one dread now because you moved to Colorado from Santa Barbara a couple years ago, and your trust fund is still in full effect, and you've given up washing your hair, and you've kind of joined a commune in Netherlands.
Sick.
Okay, so there we go.
Thank you for that.
And you clip weed, even though you don't need the money. You still go and help trim weed when it's harvest season.
You nailed it, bro.
There we go.
You know your beanie styles.
All right.
All right, well, that was snow news.
Okay.
It's snowing everywhere. Nerd News is brought to you by Pannikin Coffee and Tea, and Pannikin Coffee and Tea has been doing it since 1969. You know what's up with that. Get it. Get involved with it. It's the best. Over the break, the Christmas, New Year's break, I watched the entire series of Godless.
Haven't seen it.
A badass Western. Very violent. You might like it.
Not into it.
Watching a show called Bad Blood. It's like mafia gangster stuff up in Montreal, which is pretty interesting.
Is it
Netflix?
Is it in French?
No.
Oh.
It's in English,
Okay.
and it's violent. Great. It's great, violent. Went back to Rome. You remember that show, Rome?
Nope.
3 shows you have no interest
I have
in.
no interest. I have a very
I know.
specific avenue I travel on.
If there's not a
Dragon?
an alien, a laser, or a
Time travel.
time travel, you're out. What is Star Wars: The High Republic? Well, now you're talking.
I do know about this. It's a new.
If you need to go to the bathroom or something out there and you're listening to this, this would be
a good time.
to do it.
Anyways,
okay, tell us about Star Wars: The High Republic.
It's just more onslaught of Star Wars. It's a story that takes place like 2 centuries before the whole Luke Skywalker story, and it's being told across novels and comic books and all kinds of different things.
Question about a comment or basically.
What is that?
Say, well,
Why are you playing me?
Because I just didn't want you to talk about Star Wars anymore.
All right. All right. Okay, so that's what it is. It's that.
We've got questions.
Okay, let's
You've
move
got
on.
answers.
All right, go.
This is from Chirp Kelly.
What do you say?
What's up with Shaun White's stance width? What's up with Shaun White's stance width? What is that?
That is a question that has been.
For the ages.
It is, really, because you think about the average stance of a pro snowboarder these days.
Yeah.
Some are a little narrower, some are a little wider. But I would say mostly it's about 22 and a half, maybe 23 inches on the wide side of things, depending on your height. Shaun is about the same height as I am. He's like about 5'10".
Okay.
His stance has got to be like 24, 25 inches.
Is that good?
I don't know. Obviously, it works for him. It looks hella uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, why is there noise?
Because I'm gathering questions.
Okay.
Go ahead, keep talking.
It's super wide. I don't know how he does it.
Right.
He makes it work for him. His stance has migrated over the years. It didn't start out that wide. It just became wider and wider. And I think the fact that he wears like tighter pants really accentuates the fact that he's got one foot in Sacramento and the other one down in Tijuana.
Yeah.
There's a lot of real estate in between there.
I almost equate Shaun White's stance to Gabriel Medina's stance on a surfboard. It might not be the prettiest thing in the world, but damn it, it's functional.
Gets the job done.
Right? I wouldn't say either one of them have quote unquote bad style. I would say they have utilitarian style.
Gets the job
That's a
done.
nice way of saying
Bad
it might
style.
not be super pleasing looking, but it works, and it works better than most because Shaun White's one of the GOATs
Yeah,
of snowboarding.
he is.
So is Gabriel Medina. Am I watching a free surf part or a free snow part? I mean, am I watching the guy win every contest ever?
Yes.
Yeah. So it works. It's utilitarian style.
There you go.
This is from Joey D. Brosif Di Stefano. Todd, in all the years of writing and contests and covering them, which one stands out where the judges got the winner wrong?
Ooh.
AKA who should have won an event but got screwed by the judges?
Huh. That is a tough one.
There's been,
I mean, it's hard to like narrow it down. Like there's been, I would say that to me, like the one that probably stands out because it was really obvious to us at the time, and it's, you know, it's kind of a weird sore spot for me. So no offense to the person who won this event.
okay.
Okay, this is the 98.
That's fine.
This is the 98 Olympics. John Simon won the gold medal. Daniel Frank, when you watch the competition, you're like, there's no way that Daniel didn't go home. Daniel Frank, I feel, won the gold medal in Nagano.
Okay.
I feel like that was the biggest travesty in snowboarding.
That's a big one.
At that point.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
I can't point anything out in particular. I think that sometimes...
There's been some like boosted points here and there where you're like, what?
I think it's more of that thing where you watch and you're going, well, you know, like a guy like Rennie Renacongas or, you know, Marcus Cleveland, somebody that just does something so creative and so cool. You know, Danny Davis just doing like a huge method and then kind of like cruising down the pipe. Like something like that to where you're going, look, I know spins are really hard and they're worth a lot of points, but when somebody does a beautiful run, that should be.
I think. Well, that's like opinion of.
That's
like,
opinion. Yours is kind of.
I just think that there's probably been a lot of instances over the years, and I know there have been because there's so many times where we're like, what the F?
Yeah.
But
It
I
happens
think
in every
a
sport.
lot of times it's like for qualifying. If you're not a name in snowboarding, it makes it that much harder to qualify for the
Right.
main event
Well,
or get invited. Which brings me to, you know, we talked about this before with the Taylor Gold thing, not getting invited to the X Games, even though he was the winner from the
Yeah.
previous year.
Which I didn't get invited either. Just
It's a name game, and sometimes you're given name points.
yeah.
And
I have no
I'm
name
sure I
points.
was a recipient of the name points, and I wasn't complaining about them when I got those
Yeah.
points. But you know, there's some travesties that have happened over the years.
Ryan Backhouse wants to know a little ghetto gospel. I don't know. What
Question
that
mark?
means. Yeah. Aaron Puckett wants to know: have you ever been in an avalanche in the back conch?
I've never been in any kind of a serious avalanche, but I've been buried before. I flipped over my nose and fell into a ditch that was like super light snow in Canada one year, and I couldn't push off the bottom.
That's scary.
I'll give you the story.
Make it quick.
Make it quick. Riding down the hill, we're jumping off this cat track into some fresh pow. It's like 3:30. The sun's going down. It's like had snowed just feet upon feet. I landed, went over the nose of my board, was flipped into like a riverbed,
Okay.
and was upside down and had the snow all fill in on top of me.
That's
I
terrifying.
couldn't push off of anything to get up out of the snow. I could hear everyone laughing because I'm like, I have snow in my mouth and up my nose when I flipped over the bars, so I can't breathe.
Right.
I am suffocating listening to people laugh, and it seemed like it took forever for someone to come and get me out.
That's
but
so gnarly.
It was so gnarly.
That's like my worst.
It's like I
dream.
have nightmares about it still.
Ugh. I don't want to hear about that
Yeah,
anymore.
that sucked.
This is from Colin Liebel, incredible photographer, just a great guy. Random question: is Kai Lenny the modern day Laird? And you got pumping surf and or perfect snow. Which one are you choosing? I'll attack the Kai Lenny question. Kai Lenny is light years beyond Laird Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
Laird Hamilton, incredible innovator, one of the heaviest just to ever do it. Big waves, chopo, etc. What Kai Lenny's doing is light years beyond Laird or anyone else for that matter. He's doing
Everything.
He's surfing 50-foot waves like they're 3-foot lowers.
He's like the ultimate. He's like the modern waterman.
Yeah.
He's so comfortable and confident in. You know what I mean? Like
I
he's
think
just,
I think to say he's the new Laird is fair because he does a lot of the same things, but he does them all at a higher level.
And he has more neck.
And he's a lot cooler, a lot nice. Laird is actually really good.
And with the other one,
Laird's always been cool to me.
Pumping surf or
Pumping surf or perfect snow?
kind of depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to say perfect snow because I've just surfed pumping surf the past couple
I
days.
kind of feel like I want to go snowboarding.
I think it's a case-by-case basis. Thanks, Colin Liebel. He's awesome.
Any more questions? Or are we going to wrap this one up?
We're going to wrap it up. We've been here for 5 hours.
I'm kidding.
Thank you so much for going down that Avalanche
Avalanche?
Thank you so much for going down that Avalanche wormhole. That was enough to scare me straight. I am going to be very careful next time I'm snowboarding in POW. Thank you for all your questions, and thank you for listening and watching. This is the world's greatest action sports podcast, right?
Yep.
It's the best one we've done all year. 2021, let's go. See you next week.